Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is the 8th month of development of the game I'm making, and in this month I started working on the 4th zone, creating new environments and mechanics for the game. But before we get into that, let's recap what we made last month. Last month I was working on the boss fight, making its movement, some attacks and particles. And in this month I just started making some effects for the boss, and I tried to implement new attacks for it. But almost every new attack I created didn't fit quite well to the game. So meanwhile I was thinking in new attacks for the boss, I decided to start working on the 4th zone. As you guys know, every time I start making a new zone, I question myself what environment do I want the zone to be. And in this occasion, for story reasons, I think that the snowy place will be the right choice, because of the things it represents and makes you feel. So with that idea in mind, I started working on the tilesets of the zone. To create the tilesets, I first make a basic tile. Later, I start adding more details to it, and once I have finished it, I use the basic tile as a base for all the other parts of the tileset. And this is how it looks. And well, once I had done the tilesets, I started working on the new mechanics of the zone. And the first one is a wind mechanic. Let me explain to you what it's supposed to do. Well, these mechanics will change the speed of the player depending on what direction the wind is going to. For example, if you go against the wind, your speed will be slower, but if you go with the wind, you will gain momentum and you will be able to reach places that before wouldn't be possible. And if I'm honest with you guys, programming the wind was easy, but create the effect was a little bit harder. Let me explain why. To create the effect of the wind, the first thing that came to my mind was to create it with a particle system of Game Maker Studio, and that's what I did. At first, I started doing the snow without the wind and it looked okay. Later, I create the snow when it's affected for the wind and everything was looking alright, until I tried to make the transition between those particles. You'll see. For what I have searched, Game Maker Studio particle system doesn't allow you to modify certain characteristics of a particle that has been already created. So, for example, if I want to modify the speed, the direction or other things of the particle, I cannot do it. So this time I will not use them to create the effect. The first solution that came to my mind was to create an object that will draw every snowflake of the effect. But that didn't work as I expected, so another idea came to my mind. The definitive one. Creating my own particle system. To create it, I needed two objects. The first one is the object snow that will be in this case the snow particle, and the second one is an object manager that will be the one who creates the snow and will control it. You'll see. The snow object has different states in his code. So when the object manager tells them to switch to another state, the particles change the state and execute the code that is in them. That in this case are different instructions to modify their speed, direction, shape, etc. And as you can see, the transitions works pretty good. I know that I still need to make the effect feeling more natural, but I wanted to show you all how is it looking right now. But tell me guys, what do you think about the effect? The other mechanic that I worked was one that I call the mist mechanic, and what it does is that if you touch it, you fall. This mechanic will allow me to create new types of levels and challenges, and I will explain it more deeply in the next devlog, so stay tuned. And well, that's what I did in this 8th month of development. Thank you for watching the video until the final, and I hope you had enjoyed it. If you have any suggestion, doubt or comment, you can put it down below in the comments. That will be all for my part. If you like the content, consider subscribing and sharing it, and I'll see you next month. Take care.